Not really the expected video today, but just had an hilarious thread, and we got to talk about just why One Piece fans hate Laboon. We'll get to that at the end, but it's a very tragic story as to the reason why people hate Laboon, or specifically one guy. Now, I did a thing on Twitter. Was not planned, just something I was thinking about. And it was like, okay, so what are some characters that you guys don't like? I'm gonna say what I said verbatim. So I went on Twitter, I was feeling tweety. So then I said, which characters in One Piece do you consider bad? Try to be objective as possible with quick reasoning. I didn't want too many long, dragged out answers. So I said quick reasoning. But then people were like, okay, did he mean evil? Evil? Evil?
Please, no! No!
I was like, okay, you know what? That was probably poorly worded. I did a bad job of that. So then I followed up by saying, no, bad as in badly written. So then the floodgates opened because, whew, there were some takes. There were some takes. Now, everyone, for the most part, will be blurred out just to protect their identity. I'm not sure how many people are comfortable with just being exposed, even though Twitter is a public platform. Maybe we shouldn't blur anything out. First, before we dive into this, right? Some people think bad characters and poorly written characters, it's a difference. So I said a badly written character, so maybe I combined the two, but there is a difference. Now, after scouring the internet, right, and even going through some accredited breakdowns of writing and characters, here's how I break it down. A bad character has nothing redeemable about them. They are not compelling, they do not move you, and they don't fulfill their role in the story well. You don't relate or connect. Now, a poorly written character. A poorly written character is one that typically has promise. Starts off really well. It may be compelling in the beginning, right? Execution is good initially, then it flops. The role isn't fulfilled as well in the story, and then you're like, what was it all for? Okay. I guess that's it. So with that being said, bad characters are very hard to come by. Poorly written, those are very common just because execution matters in this stage. So with that explanation, we're gonna get into the subscribe button. No, that's not a good one. All right, I'll come back with that. But with that explanation, we're going to get into how One Piece fans feel about bad and poorly written characters in the series. So people probably saying, okay, if those are the explanations, Brocco, how do you feel about badly and poorly written characters, or bad characters and poorly written characters? I'll give you two. Again, bad characters so hard to come by, especially in One Piece. I struggle when I think about it. Poorly written, I mean, this not a hot take. Kaido started off great, compelling. I was hype, and the ending execution flopped. But you can add nuance, you can add complexity, and Kaido, even though he's poorly written, now can end up being a good character with more context. Okay, this is taking it back, right? But people felt the way about Itachi for a while. Before we found out everything about Itachi, it's like, wait, what? What are you doing? You're just terrorizing your little brother, you fucking creep. And it's like, oh, all right. I'm leaving my desk open, okay? The file is still fresh. It's not sealed with Kaido, but I'm worried. A bad character. I'm tempted to say the Scabbards here, but I don't feel that way about the individual Scabbards, just them as a group. We'll come back to me. But guys, if you have not been following me on Twitter, just go there so you can participate in things like this because I had a lot of fun. So I'm going to be doing this a lot more. Which characters do you consider bad? And be objective as possible. So we had someone say, so no one's going to say it? All right, Zoro is by far the worst character in One Piece. Brings in no emotion or development. He's basically a cash cow for the series, milking out the cool tag for the Straw Hats. The story will progress the exact same if Zoro wasn't there at all. What? No, what? We had someone say Big Mom, massively overstayed or welcome with very little impact to the story and characters and overall plot relevance. Okay, so remember the explanation in the beginning. Give me 6 seconds of it, Mr. Editor. A bad character has nothing redeemable about them. They are not compelling, they do not move you, and they don't fulfill their role in the story well. Might be a hot take, but I think in Wano, Big Mom was a bad character. I don't think she served her purpose. Her crew definitely didn't. She played her role in regards to strength and overall keeping others busy while Luffy was fighting Kaido. So she served her purpose there. She was not compelling there outside of battle. I have to clarify that because Big Mom, I was really invested when they're on the rooftop. Outside of that, it was almost like, why is Big Mom here? Why is her crew here? She serves a purpose. So that doesn't really classify her based on our definition as bad. Man, Wano was not it for Big Mom. Someone says, I won't elaborate. They have Yamato, Izo, Vanderdecken, and Hiyori. You know what's crazy? If I asked a non-One Piece fan how many women are in this picture, they would have no idea what the correct answer is. All right, let's move on. Someone says pudding. Oda does not like making women actually evil, which would be cool, except for ugly women. Pudding? I don't know if I can agree with pudding. This was a surprising one. There was a lot of Usopp going around.
That is blasphemous!
It says Usopp, that man's unredeemable as a standalone character. Only good thing about him is the synergy with Chopper and Luffy, but I feel that could be anyone. That's going out there and attacking Usopp, man. Now, is this guy wrong? Yes, I think Usopp has a bunch of redeemable traits. He fulfills his role in the story. Is he the best character? I don't think so. Is he a bad character? I don't think so. Is he a poorly written character? I don't think so. He's just He's easy to dislike because he's a coward on a crew of super freaks. Sometimes he doesn't fit in, especially with what you expect Usopp to be, a brave warrior of the sea and someone that's trying to break out from being this cowardice or this coward. I get it, but I can't agree with that. They said the princesses that need saving from each kingdom arc. Vivi was good by ending the rebellion by her own voice and the help of the Straw Hats, but after that it became repetitive and just not compelling enough. The Straw Hats are doing all the work now. Okay, let's think about the princesses. The princesses I can think of, I guess Rebecca, Violet, I don't know, does Carrot and Wanda count? Yamato, I guess Momonosuke would be the prince. I suppose the princesses aren't the best, but I would never say Rebecca does not fulfill her role in the story. Not the best character, maybe somewhat poorly written. Bad character? I wouldn't go that far. This one, okay, this is something that I was kind of leaning into, but I was scared to just because One Piece fans can be scary. He says Kaido, his actions contradict his beliefs. Hawkins, wasted potential and very weak. Caesar, clown, he uses food very underwhelmingly considering he's a scientist. Smoothie and Jack, do I really have to say why? Smoothie's a bad character. Not compelling, does not fulfill a role in the story. Honestly serves no purpose at this point. Smoothie is, by all definitions, a bad character. Jack at least had the whole plot point around Zoe, and we understand Jack's character a bit where he is just a bit too overconfident. He feels like he can accomplish things even in the face of a lot of disadvantages. So Caesar, I don't know, I think he's just an idiot. Underwhelming for sure. Bad character? No. Smoothie, bad character. Kaido, I can argue poorly written. Another popular character that I saw popping up was Eustace Kid as a bad character. And I didn't understand it, where Kid being a bad character, while he is one of the few characters that's among the supernova that I think is definitely living up to his role as far as being one of the guys next to Luffy. Did he live up to every expectation we had? No. Is it cool that he had Conqueror's Haki, didn't show it once? No. Is it cool that he wears lipstick and we never see him put it on? No. But bad character? Hell no. Just underwhelming in certain areas. Bad. This one made me chuckle. It almost made me block him. He said Dofi. He controlled such an indestructible object like Birdcage. Technically it's just strings without armament. He could also make his clone from the strings and make it same strong as him, and he just controlled it by using his 10 fingers and many more overpowered things. Okay, so this guy's mad Dofi's just really strong. Bro, that's not a bad thing, right? This is one of the reasons why Dofi's the best character, best antagonist in the series. Shit. He's in the running for best character. Birdcage was not the best plot point, but I'm not gonna blame that on Dofi at all. Someone says Hody Jones, easily. He was so underwhelming. He got beat in the water twice by people. I get it, it's supposed to be the Straw Hats flexing arc, but he was too weak. Okay, maybe we should add another category. Underwhelming, poorly written, and bad. Hody Jones, I think, is an underwhelming character. Maybe poorly written as well. Again, poorly written just goes back to execution. For Hody Jones, we had the standard in regards to Fishman and just hating people with Arlong. So we're like, okay, Hody Jones, how can you take that up to another level? Hody said, hold my beer. I'm not just gonna hate people, I'm gonna shit on my own Fishman as well. But, we don't like that. Overall, Fishman Island, I think, has remained what it was from back then. Typically, One Piece arcs age well. Fishman Island, I don't think it's as bad as people initially thought, but it hasn't aged as well as other arcs. It's still very underwhelming, mostly because of Hody Jones and him not living up to the billing. Bad character, no. Poorly written, yes. Definitely underwhelming. Someone had an interesting take. They said bad characters, there is none, not gonna lie. You have either excellent or mid characters, but never objectively bad characters. This was the reaction. He's right. No, he's not. Smoothie exists. Come on. The character that was far and away the most mentioned was Yamato. Here someone says, forced into the story, had no purpose, but that could change with the final arc. I feel like she's only used to lengthen the already endless Wano arc and give a reason to hide critical info from us and the main crew. It is really hard to disagree with a lot of the Yamato takes, just because you could argue Yamato a bad character. It seems like her entire role in the arc was to play this future Straw Hat character, this future Straw Hat role. Of course, be the person that helps them within the arc, somewhat alleviate some of the stress that's on the Straw Hats. But I think her impact outside of the story, because of the whole Odin, not woman, whatever thing, that placed a strain on the readers where you could not connect, you could not relate. And it wasn't necessarily about her being Odin, right? Or her being him. It was not about that. It was the uncertainty around it. It was a toxicity around it. And so Yamato became more and more, less and less compelling as the arc went on. So Yamato's only redeeming trait by the end of Wano was that she was going to be a Straw Hat. So we had time to, I guess get to know her better. Well, she's not a Straw Hat now. What was it all for? Was she just there to make Kaido seem like he had some fake depth and we're gonna get some more information on the Oni or her connection with the samurai of the past? I wanted Yamato to join, basically to boast of the strength of the Straw Hats. It wasn't necessarily about her personality, her side boobs, but it wasn't much more. Very, very shallow character by the end of Wano. Hopefully we get some more of that. It can change because Yamato is a mess. Sabo, I'm an ace guy. My feelings on Sabo have changed a bit. I don't want to reveal him here, but I don't think Sabo is necessarily a bad character. The execution of Sabo, you could argue how he just got thrown into the hole that was left by, okay, I'm going a bit too far, but you catch my drift. Okay, it just felt like Oda did something monumental that even hurt me. I still have Sabo that people don't know if he's alive or not. Let's bring him back. So the initial reception of it was, man, I'm happy for Luffy as a brother back, but oh, so he's just like Ace, but he's nothing like Ace, right? I wouldn't say he's just like Ace, but he's basically fulfilling the same role. I don't hate Sabo as much as I did anymore. I'll give my thoughts on Sabo soon. But the reason why you're here is to find out, why do One Piece fans hate Laboon? That was the most shocking thing to me, how Laboon made this list. Now, you guys won't believe the reason why Laboon is on this list. I didn't believe it. Again, going through it, I expected to see a bunch of names. When I saw Laboon, this shocked me. He's like, Laboon he's not done anything. He's been trying to get back to his crew this entire time. But the reason this person gives for not liking Laboon is simply because they're hating ass nigga. That's literally what they say. It's no real explanation, and the reactions to it was hilarious. It's like, well, what the fuck did Laboon do? Hating on Laboon is wild. What did the whale do to you? Like, how you hating on a whale? Someone called him a monster. The quote tweets even were funny as well. Now, this is a proper hot take. I even said it was wild because, bro, probably the best comment of the day, though. I'm not gonna lie. I did not expect someone to hate Laboon and then they admit, well, I'm just a hater, so it is what it is. But guys, give me your thoughts. How would you feel about this list? Would you have any other characters you would add, or how would you expound upon any other characters? Did you enjoy the segment? If you did, there will be a lot more, especially with Twitter and the community tab. I did post something on the community tab recently, so if you enjoy that, go leave your takes because I haven't pulled anything from it yet, and then we can get to it. So guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter at BrogODAce. Follow me on Instagram at BrogOD.ace. Thanks to my patrons. I appreciate you guys all so much. Again, guys, be sure to like. I already said that. Thank you to my members. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost.